Ambassador, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for your invitation.
Talk to me around what is currently happening around Gaza.
Currently, this is the war number 6 that is taking place on the Gaza Strip. The Israeli government insists on dealing with the conflict from a military point of view and does not shy away from exercising maximum brutality, military brutality against all civilian population in the Gaza Strip indiscriminately and not observing the laws of combat or international law or even international humanitarian law when it comes to these situations. So basically what we are seeing now is a full devastation that amounts to genocide in the Gaza Strip, in which 2 million people are deprived by an order of the military, of the highest authorities in the Israeli government on TV, being deprived of water, food, electricity, and all possible services against the entire 2 million population, who already have been under full military Israeli siege for 17 consecutive years. So what's happening now is something that we have been warning everybody that is going to take place, and encouraging Israel and giving it a free hand to continue handle the Palestinian question from a military point of view. And the devastation of Palestinian life will only create and recreate rounds of violence and brings us further away from a peaceful solution to the conflict that is well defined by international law.
Mm-hmm. So we've seen this conflict, and the difference with this we call war number 6 is perhaps the first ones didn't live in the edge of social media, new media, where every pictures and videos are put up in public minds and space. Do you think that this conflict happening now provides a different window for the Palestinian questions to be resolved and solved amicably, or in your heart and mind this is just another conflict?
No, we do not want to see that this conflict is the opportunity that everybody would utilize for solving the conflict and full stop. No, the attempt for solving the conflict should be ongoing day and night, yesterday and 2 weeks ago and 2 years ago, and for the rest of the days. I don't want a calamity to be the only reason why we should be dealing with the conflict and the Palestinian cause. This is tragic, and this is what we have been calling everybody, why we have been calling everybody to act over the past years, that the situation has become so intolerable that an intervention, an international intervention, is immediately needed.
Is there a way, the 7th October attack can be condemned by yourselves?
Every life that is lost to this conflict is a tragedy. We have been voicing that for many, many years, and we did not shy away from that. But to be asked to condemn an end result to something that Israel has been perpetrating deliberately and provocating deliberately over now almost 1 year, this is something that I do not comprehend. We have warned all governments around the world that Israel's provocations in Al-Aqsa, in Jerusalem, the killings that are ongoing on daily basis in every city and town of Palestine. Since the beginning of the year, we have almost 240 Palestinians killed. Nobody cared about them. Nobody heard about them. They were not headlines of the news of any corner in the world. They are documented by the United Nations. They are documented by the international organizations. But it was not an issue for anybody to intervene or to make a big issue out of it. 47 of these people were children, killed by the Israeli army in the Palestinian territory, the occupied Palestinian, not in Israel, not in the streets of Israel, inside the Palestinian occupied territory. What else did we expect to happen? Killing on daily basis, devastation of Palestinian life, demolitions of houses, confiscation of land. What exactly were we expecting to happen?
Israel, on its part, says they are in Gaza because they're chasing after the terrorists, Hamas, who have attacked their civilians. And how would you respond to that?
Yeah, basically, the numbers are very clear on this. I don't have to have to analyze the situation. If I have almost now 3,000 people killed, 64% of them are women and children, I don't know what exactly are they looking for. I don't think that all of these people are Hamas. United Nations organizations and all the specialized agencies have been very clear about the type of people that have been targeted. Hospitals are being targeted. All institutions, all infrastructure is being targeted. Entire families are being wiped out. 47 families have been wiped out from the Palestinian population registry so far in this round alone.
How do we essentially get out of this situation?
Thank you, but let me just correct something. Israel has no legitimacy. The exercise of self-defense happens on your territory. It does not happen everywhere in the globe. You don't choose a territory or a geography and you exercise self-defense. This is for one. Unless we apply the law indiscriminately on everyone, there will be no solution, there will no peace, not only in Palestine, everywhere in the world, and any conflict that can arise. We are living in a world that is governed by laws. If those laws are applied equally, and I reiterate here, equally on everyone, we would not have this conflict going on, or we would not have the Palestinian question lingering before us for 56 years.
There's been an announcement by Israel that there will be blockade of water, gas, and food. How are people in Gaza surviving?
As I was stepping in today, my latest information from international organizations is that the food supply in the Gaza Strip will be depleted fully in 4 days. Water, 90% of the water sources, safe water, drinking water sources in the Gaza Strip are totally destroyed. So people are using only 10% of the water sources available for human consumption. So 2 million people are being subjected, in violation to international law, to collective punishment, which is a war crime. And the world is speaking about the legitimacy of Israel to retaliate. This is the problem here.
Ambassador, who has the moral ground or the capabilities to solve this problem the way it is today?
The authority or the moral? The authority, it's international law. The bodies that have been formulated to tackle peace and security around the world, and has been functioning according to the international law that has been drafted by all nations after Second World War, how to make sure that we govern this international community and make sure that atrocities are not happening again, that everybody's rights are taken into consideration. All of these set of laws and all these Security Council resolutions on the conflict have been ignored. You cannot make every nation under the sun have to abide by international law, or else, but not Israel. And to continue to function outside the margins of international law for over 75 years. This is a recipe for catastrophe, and unless the responsible actors around the world act responsibly and really work within the authority and the power and the leverages they have to make sure that Israel abides to international law, this conflict will never end, and we will be seeing repeated episodes of this in which innocent civilian human lives are being destroyed, and my people will continue to be subjected to apartheid and occupation for many, many decades to come. If anybody wants to see that happen, then do nothing about it. But if you want to end it, then you must act now, and the responsibility lies more on the friends of Israel, nations that are friends of Israel,